It's cold, it's rainy, and it's time for football. As we have kickoff here from the Hill. My name is Oliver Anton, and you're tuning into the one, the only night sports network. As your JPII night set to battle the defending state champions, the Brentwood Academy Eagles. Looking it to be a great night for JPII, who is on a 2-0 streak after defeating Lipscomb Academy last week, who recently made the jump to Division II AA.
On the 26.
We have 1st and 10 at the current moment here. JPII football, as they said, have been ready for this matchup. Hopefully we're back this time here. A deep pass there. And it looks like we're immediately in the end zone for the Brentwood Academy Eagles. Swift, quick, and wow is the easiest way to put it. And the JPII staff, though, seems about ready for this, though. So, few of us at the current moment. Like I said, if that intro didn't quite make it, my name is Oliver Anton. You're tuning into the one and only Night Sports Network. And it's shaping up to be a great match. The defending state champions really trying for this one, but JPII seems pretty confident in themselves, which is always good to have versus the Eagles. The kick is up. And Nolan Underhill tries to block that one, but it's good for the Brentwood Academy Eagles. Of course, JPII does not seem to be worried about this one. Lipscomb Academy struck first last week in a couple swift plays. JPII, within a few minutes, was able to pull back to do a beautiful pass from Ben Nixon to Rory White. JPII student section bringing the music right now. The lovely Blue Man Group, who is present, though definitely not in their numbers that there were last week. But honestly, quite the crowd for the rain right now.
The flag on the field.
Very nice play. I guess it was a hold. I think it's a holding on Kenyon.
JPII is called for holding.
That's a holding call on JPII, which is going to bring it back.
First down. Ball will be placed on the 9-yard line. 1st and 21, JPII.
Moves in, under pressure there. Nolan Underhill is able to make the save. He's going to find his way around, and Underhill successfully moves the chains in a beautiful play there, saving JPII from quite the amount of danger there.
Didn't lose the chains. That's a JPII. 1, 2, 3.
Gotta say, give some serious credit there to Nolan Underhill, who was right there and ready for the mix-up by Ben Nixon, who was under quite a bit of pressure there and was throwing away almost to a possible interception there. However, Underhill, being the great athlete he is, really prepared. He's been an all-star player for the JPII Knights this year. West team worthy for sure. And we have a snap. Beautiful play there by Keaton.
Gain is 3. 2nd down, 7.
Nixon in the shotgun formation now. Gets the shot. Snap. Fires, and Keaton unable to cash in on that one there. One of the things I've noticed at the current moment is the fact that Brentwood Academy is a good 2 feet taller on average than the entire JPII squad. It's a 3rd and 7 now. Maybe another play from Nolan Underhill can create a minor miracle. Bring us back into this one. Nixon gets the play from the famed Red Hats. Kellen, I know you're listening, and Kellen, I know you love them Red Hats. What can we say? And a shot. Snap. Nixon forced to run, and a poor scramble there by Ben Nixon. And so out comes the punt squad along with Nicholas Zanger. And Ben Nixon shaking his head there. He is not happy about this one.
Xavier Powell is deep. Check that Daniel Taylor is deep.
Eagles have 10 on the line.
Zanger set the kick.
Stewart drops back.
And Zanger kicks. And gets it about to the 28-yard line there. So decent kick there from Nicholas Zanger. Zanger known for the line drive style kicking that he uses.
OMS Nashville, Cox Family Dentistry, Smile Construction, Wholesale Incorporated, and
the snap. JPII moves in. Incomplete pass there. Sideline warning there.
yards are assessed. 2nd and 10.
So it'll be a 2nd and 10 there. And the snap. And the JPII defense there. Charles Albert especially moving in. Andrew Albert as well. So both Alberts really applying the pressure there.
In on the tackle with others. Rory White would help.
John Martinez almost too early into the field there. JPII almost too many men on the field.
Knights defense.
And this is snap. Beautiful play there. That goes low, though. Nolan Underhill was ready to make the stop there for JPII. So the pass out of bounds there. And Stat will bring out the Brentwood Academy punt squad, giving JPII quite the chance at redemption at the current moment. Nolan Underhill set deep. Very deep. Nolan knows that Brentwood Academy definitely has some power in their kicking. Oh, seems to hope that we're back. I think that's good to assume. From what you've missed currently, JPII, Ben Nixon was really under pressure there and failed, giving beautiful field position to Brentwood Academy after Nixon's sack and Zanger had to kick from his own end zone with almost no room whatsoever. And Brentwood Academy just clean on the move there. And Brentwood Academy just continues to move forward there into the 25-yard line, maybe the 26. So a 15-yard run, roughly, actually a 20-yard run, roughly. JPII is just really being exposed, especially these holes in their defense from the Brentwood Academy Eagles. And the snap. Eagles on the move, rolls and fires. And just another catch there from the Brentwood Academy Eagles, although Nick Pratt tries to make that stop. It's no good. And so just another move of the chains for the Eagles. Haggerty that was there to make the tackle.
First down, Eagles, ball to 16.
So the Brentwood Academy Eagles have another scoring opportunity here in this first quarter as they beautiful handoff there with JPII defense. Able to make the stop though, but it's no good as they continue to push back. JPII crowd making some noise as the winds heavily begin to move in, blowing against the Brentwood Academy Eagles, which in 4 minutes and 23 seconds will become an advantage to them. However, at the current moment, it's definitely a disadvantage for their passing game as the wind is blowing directly that way. And I think it's obviously something that we can attribute to the lack of pass game, or the lack of decent pass game, for a better term, in the second drive Brentwood Academy had, and definitely helped the JPII Knights and the opportunity that they had. However, JPII unable to cash in. And the snap. And it looks like Dallas Darden is going to try to get that one. It's no good, but a sack for the Knights. John Martinez is the one to get officially credited with that sack. However, Dallas Darden was really able to bring it in and slow them down enough to bring them in. So the Eagles have a 3rd and 17. 13 downs is something that doesn't exist in football. And the snap.
3rd and 17 from the 25.
Boy Voice-Loff, always a great idea. WHIN is proudly broadcasting the game on WHIN.com, as well as their radio station. That's a deep pass intended for Rory White, but just misses there. Definitely a little too wide there and a little too high for Rory White. However, White really kicked it into high gear and was unsuccessful. So we now have a 2nd and 10 here from the 20-yard line. I think white was in the right place at the right time. The wind probably carried that a little too much. Maybe it is a disadvantage to the Knights. Definitely will be a disadvantage to Zanger later on in this game. And JP2 tries to move through there. Nolan Underhill trying to find a hole in the pocket. Unsuccessful there, and we'll get us about a 3-yard gain to bring us to 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7, no, I was correct. All right, seems that we're back off of that bad snap if you were able to catch it. So Brentwood Academy has had a really quite the distance there. 2nd and 26, however, beautiful run game there, and is able to bring it to 2nd and 16, 17, 3rd and 17, I believe. Beautiful from the JP2 defense there. I mean, it was a poor snap, as Garrett Bennett would call it. Nick Pratt able to help in that tackle there.
17.
Both Alberts out there. The Pratts, Underhill, White. That snap. And a beautiful coming from Darden. And a push back. Quite the resistance there from JP2. Unbelievable is the simplest way to describe the JP2 defense at this moment. That first drive has meant nothing to them. However, poor offense means that first drive could cost everything to them. JP2 has to try and not wear themselves out as Rory White checks out of the field there and a couple of check-ins. And so that concludes the first quarter. Amazing defense on the JP2 Knights. However, can they cash in on offense? We'll get to find out as the wind blows against them when we come into the second quarter. You're tuning into the one, the only Knights Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break. Isn't it tradition, guys? Yeah, one thing about you. It's tradition, guys. And we're back. Fumbles, they're going to rule it dead. And so it will be a second, or it will be a 3rd and 13 for the Knights, which is just another bad situation here. Great defense on both sides. Definitely JP2 unable to cash in on what that first drive was for the Eagles. So it'll bring on a 3rd and 13. Although the punt squad seems to be getting ready, which shows lack of confidence for JP2 at the current moment. And there's just another member of the punt squad. That's just, 'tis but a shame. Nixon tries, forced to scramble, and once again, Ben Nixon has really been blindsided tonight. JP2's offensive line unable to do anything successfully at the current moment. And that says a lot about especially Jake Motes and Ed Aguilar, who are supposed to be captaining and leading this team to victory, and you can't do that against them. So Baylor will once again get pretty decent field position as Zanger is once again in our own end zone. And a poor snap or a poor kick as the wind blows against him. Barely any gain there, but a decent bounce as it rolls to about the 44-yard line. This is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Brentwood Academy Eagles.
Dr. Mary Kay Cohen, Prosperity Mortgage Advisors, Brian's Motorsports, and Insulation Plastics. Thanks, friends, for spending money on the JP2 Night Athletic Programs. Fans, spend money with them. 1st and 10, Brentwood Academy.
And the snap. A handoff there, and once again, the JP2 defense really great there, but he's going to find a way to break through. Breaks the second tackle, and Rory White takes him down. That's definitely going to be a block on the back on Rory White, if not a face mask. It's definitely going to be against the Knights. There was not cleanness to that tackle in any way, shape, or form, and it looks like it's going to be an illegal block on the back. But it's going to bring it back for the Eagles. So I tell you what, that is good for the JP2 Knights at that current moment. And it'll be a holding on the Brentwood Academy Eagles. Well, I can't say much. I definitely saw a block in the back from Rory White before his tackle, so nothing too bad there. Brentwood Academy quickly decides on another play, and once again is back in formation. A snap. JP2 defense really moving in, tries to blindside him, forces him to move, and the JP2 Knights really applying pressure at this current moment.
Andrew Albert, all on that side.
Dowdy and Albert both successfully get that stop for the Knights, so it'll be a 2nd and 8. As the JP2 student section proudly chants for them to D up. And a deep pass there. That long ball won't be able to go, though, and so it'll bring upon a 3rd and 11 for the Brentwood Academy Eagles. JP2 once again hoping to make another stop. However, Brentwood Academy has the wind in their favor for this next kick. That, although they would have the wind in their favor, however, the wind has shifted and is now blowing more down onto the field on all directions as opposed to solely from the right side. Of course, our right side, the players behind. And the snap, and once again, pressure from JP2. He's going to break out of that pressure situation. Dallas Darden takes him down. And a catch from the Brentwood Academy Eagles. Unbelievable is the simplest way to put it. Brentwood Academy breaking out of the pocket before Dallas Darden can take him down. A beautiful pass, a diving catch, and the Brentwood Academy has 1st and goal. Unbelievable is the simplest way to put it. JP2 baffled, especially their coaching staff, but was able to get their team right back into it. Coach Geis still collected at the current moment. They try to move the ball, and JP2 expecting the run game there will push them back to the 10-yard line. 2nd and down. Coach Geis very calm and collected at the current moment. JP2 really holding the Brentwood Academy Eagles. If they can get some offense going, there's a possibility of victory in this game for the Knights. Which really says a lot. The defending state champions are also 2-0. Father Ryan held them to a decent game, though, last week until the tearing of their quarterback's ACL. Speaking of Father Ryan, the Bishop's Cup battle begins next. And Brentwood Academy brings out. They're going for 2. Oh, no, they're kicking. They're kicking. Scoreboard just went out. And so the JP2 student section is still loud and proud at this current moment. And JP2 is definitely not out of this game as their well-playing defense has been able to hold Brentwood Academy to only 14 points, which, if we remember last year, is a whole heck of a lot of a difference as JP2 was down 35-7 at halftime last year.
Wilson set to kick off. Ben's behind him. This
And the kick, looking to be a touchback, definitely going to be a touchback.
Touchback. Knights will start first until number 20.
So it is a 20, we're starting from the 20-yard line with a 14-0 lead, 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. I'll tell you what could possibly be going on in Coach Geis's head. JPII is definitely not going to rush this drive, to say the least. JPII is going to want to try to run this clock down as much as they can, make another stop on Brentwood Academy, because they retrieved the ball in the second half. And if you can tie this game up 14-0 and 14-14 in 2 drives, tell you what, JPII, you're in this one for the long haul. And a snap. And he's going to hand off. Theo Onaganor is going to try to go around, and he's going to be stumped.
Onaganor on the carry.
Let me just say something about Theo Onaganor. His biggest fear, as he claims, is Brentwood Academy linebackers. So, this is going to be an interesting experience for him, and as we notice, he has not come in until the second quarter. Is that all part of the mental game, or is that for him?
11 a.m. tomorrow. They're afraid of the sprinklers.
Motion in the backfield. Snap. And we have a flag on the field towards the side of Brentwood Academy. This looks like it'll be an offsides. And it's a delay of game on the Knights.
JPII awards a free 5 to Brentwood Academy.
So it's going to make it 2nd and 13 now.
13 for JPII.
Nixon sets with the snap. Moving in the backfield once again. And Nixon hands off to Onaganor. Onaganor on the move there, dives and tries, but not good for him. But he'll get them back into decent field position, at least normal field position, as it's going to be 3rd and 8, I believe.
Gains 5.
That was correct, 5-yard gain.
8+.
Nixon gets the snap. Nixon fires, and that pass goes wide. And once again, JPII is going to have to bring out the punt squad.
Michael Hunt gets it. Sullivan and Sons Plumbing. Choice Fabrics.
Decent kick there from Nicholas Zanger. If you missed it, he brings it down the field.
And maintenance on demand.
Tell you what, I don't know how the Blue Man Group is doing it. They're in jersey theme tonight, and yeah, and a lot of them are wearing no-sleeve shirts. And the snap. A nice pass there, and he's able to break through. And he will not move the chains there, though. Nolan Underhill able to make the stop there for JPII. JPII, definitely their #1 priority right now is to stop the Brentwood Academy Eagles at all costs and hold them to, at minimum, I say at minimum, a field goal. And just a beautiful run there from Brentwood Academy.
Tahir Anur on the tackle, on the run.
As once again, Brentwood Academy just starts picking holes in the JPII defense, which has seemed to lost some momentum.
And right, make the stop. Chains move, first down, Brentwood Academy.
And we have a flag on the field. This looks like it'll be on the Brentwood Academy Eagles as the chain begins to move back.
Illegal procedure called against Brentwood Academy.
There'd been an illegal procedure there. Brentwood Academy tried shifting their play. It was no good.
First and 15 near midfield.
The JPII student section still very confident at this moment. And the snap. And the pass, and just another beautiful play there, but it'll bring it to 2nd and 9 only. So JPII, or Brentwood Academy's passing game has picked up once again as the rain has begun to die down. Something we discussed earlier on in the game is the fact that Brentwood Academy would have to shift out of this pass formation and into more of a run formation due to slipperiness and lack of traction on the ball, as well as not risking more drops from their players. However, with the rain dying down and honestly consistently keeping balls dry, Brentwood Academy is able to move right back into their usual pass offense. Student section gets loud. And in the run game, Dallas Darden looks like he's going to try to get that stop as well as one of the Alberts. It's going to be a 5-yard gain there.
John
Martinez is officially credited with that stop.
3rd down.
So it is a 3rd and 4 now. And the snap, a high snap. Tries to pull away out of the pocket there, and a beautiful catch there as he finds his receiver. And once again, he's going to just continue to move through the JPII like they're twigs. Nick Prott's able to make that stop.
First down, Eagles. Ball is 24.
And the snap. It's going to be a handoff there. He finds a hole in the JPII defense and is able to maneuver through to gain a 3-yard, gain about 3.
By James Wright, cleaned up by Elliott Reddy.
Elliott Reddy there makes the official stop.
2-yard gain, 2nd down, 8.
It'll be a 2nd and 8. JPII defense quickly moving here. We have a flag on the play. And that's going to be a timeout by the Knights. There's 2 minutes and 29 seconds left in this quarter. You're tuning into the one and only Knights Sports Network. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to hold the infomercials until the 2nd quarter. Student section passionately chants D up. 2nd and 8 on the 22-yard line. The snap. Moves out of the pocket there, and he tries rolling with it, and the pass goes, and he finds his receiver. And JPII is claiming it is no completion. The referees claim it is a completion.
Steps out. 1st and goal, ball on the 9-yard line.
That brings the ball to the 9-yard line for the Brentwood Academy Eagles as they have a chance to cash in and make this a 21-0 lead very quickly. Snap.
Another carry. John Martinez makes the stop.
Pardon one moment. That pass goes high there. So sorry about that. A couple technical difficulties that we will figure out come half. So a second down now and goal from the 6-yard line. Snap. And it will be a touchdown, Brentwood Academy.
Archie on the catch and touchdown.
And that dive will be good. It will be called the 2-point conversion. That makes the score officially 22-0. So JPII's defense has severely begun to slack at the end of this second half. However, they do have a possibility to at least get some points back in this minute and 43 seconds with some rushed offense. The coaching staff still look confident, though, and obviously leadership is everything. Underhill is going to go deep to try and snag that one, as well as
Toby Wilson will kick. Nolan Underhill and Brendan Keaton deep for JPII.
Keaton also deep along with Underhill. Both student sections making some noise. And the kick is up, deep, and touchback.
Into the end zone goes the kick. That's a touchback.
Hey guys, I'll give you $5 if it goes through the upright in his next kick.
20-yard line.
It's a possibility. He's a very decent kicker. And the snap from Nixon. And almost intercepted there by the Brentwood Academy Eagles. Nixon has had his 4th interception scare now in the last 2 games. Count them, 4 interception scares. I mean, granted, I guess no offense to Ben Brooks, because Ben, we love you, buddy, but I mean, by the second game 2 years ago, you also had 4 interceptions, so. And Nixon forced out of the pocket there. Nixon on the move is going to slide, and he will get him to the 9-yard line. And Ben Nixon is rolling around on the field. He's up. The JPII coaching staff does not seem happy. Nixon stumbling back towards them.
Timeout. Called by the Eagles.
And we have a timeout, Brentwood Academy. Will we see a switch? Will Reese Haggerty get his chance to toss around the pigskin. Will Nolan Underhill pick up from where he's at? Will Ben Nixon continue into this game? We'll have to find out after this timeout. You're tuning into the one, the only Night Sports Network, and we'll be right back. So 3rd and 8 for JP2. Nixon gets a snap. Nixon once again under pressure, and Nixon once again on the move. Nixon, multitude of sacks after multitude of sacks after multitude of sacks. High snaps are definitely costing JP2 at this moment. It was definitely brought up by Garrett Bennett in the last 2 weeks, and obviously against teams that were not at the caliber of Brentwood Academy. Really, it wasn't too effective, especially for teams like Whites Creek, where the high snap really didn't affect them that much. However, Brentwood Academy has really been cashing in on that high snap from JP2 and has been successfully pulling them. Pulling them down. Apologies there for the cough.
More sign sponsors for JP2 include all Nashville homes.
Minute 20 left in this half.
Rico Metalworks, Little Caesars Pizza, Christian Brothers Automotive, and Robinson Properties, all friends of JP2 Knights Athletics. Zanger in punt formation.
And Zanger in punt formation for the Knights with 1:20 left. So it took Brentwood Academy 23 seconds to stop JP2. And a beautiful punt return there as he is going to try to move it up the field. No good. JP2 defense comes in and gets him at about the 40. Can we take a second to establish that? That was 12 seconds for that kick to the end of that play, right? It was 23 seconds it took Brentwood Academy to stop us.
Personal foul roughing the kicker. 5-yard penalty.
So Brentwood Academy has a 5-yard penalty for roughing the kicker. And we have a timeout from JP2. We have the same mind. We have the exact same mind. And we're back. Currently a 22-0 lead for the Brentwood Academy Eagles over your JP2 Knights. For those of you that have stuck with us, I'm glad to see it. And just a deep kick there. JP2 really trying there. Brent pushing and pushing, but looks like we're going to have a holding call on JP2 now. There's a flag on the play. There's two flags on the field. We have multiple flags on the field. There's a possibility that these two could cancel each other out. And we have the referees discussing. It's definitely going to be a holding call on the tackle, but what was in the backfield I did not catch. And this may be the case. Nicholas Zanger looks like he may be punting for the 3rd time now. And Coach Geis has officially crossed the line and slipped onto the field. We could have a 3rd flag on the play being a sideline warning.
Brentwood Academy, personal foul. A 2nd personal foul called against Brentwood Academy.
That is 2 personal fouls on Brentwood Academy. So JPII will get possession back. Correct? No, wait. So due to double personal fouls against the Brentwood Academy Eagles, JPII is now much further up the field than they originally were. However, the dial-a-down still reads 4th down. And that will make it a 1st and 10. And Nixon snaps. Nixon under pressure is going to find Theo Onaganor. Theo Onaganor is going to try to break through Brentwood Academy. No good. Well, Theo, you faced your biggest fear. Congrats. Nixon has been forced to find receivers. He has no one protecting his blind side on either side. And snap. And Nixon once again forced out of the pocket. He's going to fire, and Rory White was the intended target there, but just a beautiful stop. White stumbles to his feet. My apologies, it's Nick Pratt who's the destination of the... No, that was Rory White. And the snap. Nixon ready. Nixon fires. He's going to find and just move there. And it looks like the Knights will successfully move the chains after the beautiful pass to Keaton there. I keep wanting to say Keegan. His name is not Keegan. It is 4th and 1. JPII still has 1 timeout left. They can run the ball. They really have 2 opportunities. So if the Knights can put points on the board before the end of this half, honestly, they're still in this game. Onaganor next to Nixon. Nixon out of the pocket. Nixon is immediately sacked. So the Brentwood Academy Eagles have 13 seconds now at about the 43-yard line. Really, that's just poor run game. As I say it for the 4th time today, the offensive line for JPII is just not there. They cannot put any protection for Ben Nixon up, and they're too focused right now on moving the chains than they are on protecting the guy that's in charge of moving the chains. Yeah.
Woodley in the shotgun.
And the snap. And the pass. Gonna just go wide.
Pass intended for number 88. Carter Holmes, incomplete. Defended by Nolan Underhill. 8 seconds remain on the clock.
There's 8 seconds left. It's 8 seconds for Brentwood Academy to score. Will we see the long bomb? Honestly, it's Brentwood Academy. Of course we're going to see a long bomb. And the snap. On the move, it's down. There are 2 seconds left in this half as we go to third down.
2 seconds. Third down.
And the snap. Permanent Academy goes for the long ball. Rory White looks ready to intercept and caught. They will say it's down. Well, that will end the first half. You've been tuning in to the Wonderful Night Sports Network. Will JPII be able to turn this one around by the end of the second half? We're going to have to find out. However, morale seems to be just a little bit lower at the current moment. You're tuning into the one and only Night Sports Network, and we'll see you at the end of this half. And we're back after the kickoff to Keaton, who gains it for about 20 yards, 17 if you want me to be exact. We are back here for the second half from Corral Athletic Complex at the campus of Pope John Paul II High School, and you're tuning into the one and only Knights Sports Network. JPII currently trailing the Brentwood Academy Eagles by a score of 22-0. Will they be able to cash in? Will they be able to make a comeback? You'll be able to find out right here, live with us. We're glad you're sticking with us and no one else. But hey, if you can, Nolan Underhill there with a good run there, but he loses his traction and falls.
Gain of 4. Second down, 6.
Oh, yeah. Guesstimate. All right. Next one with the snap. Fires to Rory White. Rory White begins to go the distance. He's going to move his way around and drop at the 49-yard line. A beautiful play there. White open and wide to go. He dodges around the JPII or around the Brentwood Academy defenders with a beautiful juke there and is able to move the chains for a first down here. Moves back to the 48-yard line. Is really going to say he's down. Guesstimate. And the snap. Underhill hands it off, and Underhill on a great move there. He's going to gain about 5 yards, 5 or 6 yards there.
Michael Hunt.
You have any of those old Nerf guns? We could put one of those Nerf scopes on it. That's honestly not a bad idea.
Your viewfinder isn't working.
Snap. Nixon moves out of the pocket, moves around a lot of rolls to Underhill. Underhill is just immediately stopped there for a loss of yardage for JPII. And instead of 2nd and 4, it now becomes 3rd and 8. So it's a 4-yard loss there for JPII.
Nice at midfield, 3rd down.
At exactly the 50-yard line now. Nixon getting the play from the coaching staff. He has 19 seconds to get it in motion. As the clock continues to run. Nixon calls. Nixon snaps. Fakes to Underhill. And is once again just entirely under pressure. We're back. Sorry about that. And we have a touchdown Brentwood Academy to join us right back in the broadcast. And so what a play there by the Eagles if you were able to catch it. And so that's going to make it 28-0 now and definitely put this game away for Brentwood Academy. JPII's defense that was once so stellar now has been exposed for all the holes they've had. And so JPII is now down 28-0. And Brentwood Academy is going to bring out their 2-point formation is off, and they move into kick formation. So Brentwood Academy will not be going for 2. So modest. So modest to not be going for 2 at this moment. That kick is up and good, but we have a flag on the play.
False start called against the
It's a
Eagles.
false start for the Eagles. Oh my gosh.
3-5.
I can't sit in that chair. We're so slanted. I sat in the chair and felt myself going backwards. It's not okay. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, was me tripping and falling. That kick is up and good.
Wilson scores 29 to the Eagles.
So it is now a 29-0 lead for the Brentwood Academy Eagles. So JP2 was set to receive for their second kickoff this half. And now the kick. Kick is up and off. The question is, will JP2 get 2 moves to the chains in this one? They have not successfully moved the chains twice in this game. Can they conjure up a comeback is the real question here. Well, many commonly would say no, there is a possibility. We're not going to rule it out entirely. Obviously, someone could be standing here with the sign right now that says 22-3 Atlanta, but they don't. So, and Nixon fires. Rory White is going to be called for incomplete. Rory White there almost had that one though. Was almost able to take off on the move.
Touchdown by Daniel Taylor. Second down, nice lead 5.
It is 2nd and 5 here. This clock out, so Brentwood Academy can get to 35 and run the rest of this game off. Because Ben Nixon showed no desire to move that football in any way whatsoever. And once again, part of that is the lack of offensive line at the current moment, if you want to be totally honest. There's definitely nothing forward for the JP2 Knights, but Zanger, a poor snap, and that kick is up and can barely get 20 yards before it bounces about 3. We have a flag on the play, though. The ball will land at the 48-yard line. However, a flag on the play. This may bring the ball back to JP2, but that flag looks like it'll be on Zanger. So another penalty can plague the Brentwood Academy Eagles and give the JP2 Knights another chance here. Will they try to move the ball, though, is the real question. Sorry if I seem super bitter at this current moment. I'm just stating the cold, hard facts and the truth that JP2 has no offensive line to speak of. Their defense is still phenomenal. I will give them credit for that, despite the fact that Brentwood Academy has put up 29 points. Their phenomenal defense at the beginning of this game, that's shown for the past 3 games until losing momentum tonight, has really been on point, and even recently has not given up, if you want a positive for the JP2 Knights at this current moment. However, there's just a lot of negative on this team right now. It's currently outweighing it, especially the fact that they can't move the ball. I think that their largest gain of the change was obviously that pass to Rory White earlier on, and that was for 9 yards. Their furthest drive is coming entirely on penalties. Nixon ready. Gets the snap. Fakes to Underhill. And he's going to fire. And it's Keaton again who's just going to bobble it. So once again, Nick Nixon only has 2 completions tonight. 3 if you count the bobbled one from Nolan Underhill, so 3 completions, including Theo Onaganor, Nolan Underhill, and Rory White. Apart from that, it's just a total lack of JP2 offense entirely. They're afraid to move into the pass game for the sole fact that Nixon can't make a completion, nor can he get any receivers for completions, and he also has almost thrown multiple interceptions tonight. And then when they try to run the ball, the lack of offensive line, especially look at that, there's just a wide hole from anywhere JP2 could try to run. Nixon's been given time, and once again, it's just met with Brentwood Academy. So Zanger is going to try to punt yet another time as the wind continues to blow here. That kick is up, rolls, and gets to the 30. Our friends at JPII have made quite the observation here that for the first time in 5 punts, Brentwood Academy has not tried to pressure the Knights. The sad part about that is there have been 5 punts that we can count since Brentwood Academy has pressured the Knights, which means that there was a time when they didn't pressure the Knights before then, so which there, I could say was probably about 10 punts. JPII has had a multitude of drives tonight and has not been able to cash in on any of them. Honestly, it's all on the offense because the defense is putting everything forth in this game. And honestly, part of that is the fact that the defense is also playing offense, so they're kind of worn out right now. I mean, Nolan Underhill's really played this entire game. And once again, he's going to just go. Rory White's going to try. Rory White's going to push him out of bounds, though. He was almost about to go with the distance. Brentwood Academy, interesting fact, is going to play in the Superdome next week as they are going to play a nationally ranked team from Louisiana. Will they pick up a victory is the real question here, but honestly, that's quite interesting for Brentwood Academy. Good for them for getting the chance to play in, the Superdome. Weather permitting, obviously. There's a snap. And he's going to fire. And it will be a completion. And it will successfully move the chains. There are 4 minutes and 39 seconds left in this game, in this quarter. And once again, just another broken tackle there. And he is completely getting his way through. JPII, as you can see, we have 2 players injured on the field here as the JPII medical team tries coming out. Albert looks like he's able to get to his feet. However, Keaton Barrett is unable to get to his feet at the current moment. As I said, Albert was successfully able to get to his feet, although he was feeling the pain as well. Brentwood Academy respectfully takes a knee for the Knights. That says something. I mean, they're beating them by 29 points, but it takes a lot of character to get down on one knee and really be there for the other team. You're tuning into the one, the only Knights Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break. John Martinez was also injured on that play, both of which are on their feet. Coach Geis was able to help Martinez up. Jason and an abundance of JPII athletic trainers was able to help up Barrett.
Return to play, it's 1st and 10, Eagles, ball on the 11.
The Eagles have the ball on the 11 and are immediately right back onto the field, immediately into it. JPII is kind of feeling it at the moment. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. The snap, pump fake. He's going to take it for himself, and he's going to just, with absolutely no resistance from the JPII defense, it'll be a touchdown Eagles. And that will make it 35-0. The field goal unit comes out, and it's going to be a running clock. Honestly, that's kind of sad. Right there, there was not a JPII defender even trying to get into his way there, and it really says a lot about JPII, their kind of spirit the rest of this game. The kick is up and good, though, which will make it 36-8 or nothing, which means that we will begin running the clock from kickoff. Will JP2 be able to offer any resistance, or will they accept the fact that they might be shut out tonight? You'll find out soon, as well as we will, here on the one, the only Knights Sports Network. Hopefully JP2 will be able to bounce off of this victory, or off of this loss, and gain some momentum back. They take on their rivals from Father Ryan for the Bishop's Cup next week. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock from their location in Nashville. That's right, the Father Ryan Fighting Irish and your JP2 Knights will duke it out. For any seniors out there, the last chance to get to see your Knights battle for the Bishop's Cup. Will the Knights be able to defend the Cup is the real question. You'll get to find out here on the one and only Knights Sports Network. Hopefully we'll have more of a team with us that week. Really going to be quite an exciting game next week. Kick is up, and once again will just be a touchback.
Into the end zone for a touchback is Wilson.
JP2 has just been kind of embarrassed tonight. Nixon ready. He's back about 5 yards in the shotgun. Snap. And he's going to hand off to Underhill, who is not going to get much of a carry there.
Check down, covered by number 64, Clayton Ladd. Knights getting 3, second down, 7.
Second and 7 now for the Knights. Snap. And Nixon's going to fake the handoff, and once again immediately be met by pressure, but he's going to be able to break free for his first time tonight. And he's going to just dive for it, and he'll get about a 2-yard gain there to make it 3rd and 5. Possibly a 3-yard gain to make it 3rd and 4, but not much for the Knights. It'll be a 3-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd down and 4. And the snap. Fakes, fires, and it'll go incomplete. And the clock continues to run here, even with the flag on the play, as this quarter will slowly but surely tick away. Nonetheless, the first half was definitely a great effort for JP2 put forth. However, Brentwood Academy just a way stronger second half team, and JP2 getting known for their reputation of losing it in the second half, especially losing that momentum. We're glad that you've stuck with us, though, in this matchup, especially for those of you still tuning in live on the one and only Knights Sports Network. We're glad that you're with us, not at WHIN or the Brentwood Academy stream at ESBN. Should I be giving you the Brentwood Academy stream? Probably not, because people may be tuning away. Still have a decent amount of people watching, though, so can't complain. Most of which will come up to me on Monday and complain about my bad commentating. All right, the snap. And that pass is almost intercepted there. And so 3rd and 16 becomes 4th and 16, which will now be a deep kick. That penalty definitely hurt the most for JP2. Ben Nixon cannot get his passing game going for himself. So Nick Zenger once again sets to punt. And just a poor kick from Nicholas Zanger. It's going to roll to only the 24-yard line. As just the lack of effort from Zanger and the rest of the team has just kind of caught up to them. These guys know that this game is almost over, and they don't care. There's still 12 minutes of football left after this. Will JPII be able to learn from this tonight, I think, is the real question here. Can they apply their mistakes tonight to the Father Ryan game next week is really what their focus has to be now. Flag on the play there, which is going to be a false start on the Brentwood Academy Eagles.
JPII a free 5. First down, 15 to gain.
And Brentwood Academy ready. And Brentwood Academy attempts to end this quarter on a run. JPII defense puts up some resistance, but no good. We'll go to the fourth here. You're tuning in to the only Night Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break. And we're back here for the fourth from the Shining City on the Hill. Immediately into a pass with no JPII coverage whatsoever. It's just gotten sloppy now as JPII has a large amount of their subs into this game as well. And the clock will just continue to run, hopefully for the next 12 minutes.
Garrett Clark makes a stop for JPII. First and 10, Eagles.
And the snap goes out. And JPII was just going to try to put up a stop, but it's just no good. The Brentwood Academy Eagles have their entire sub-squad almost out there as well.
First and goal. Check that. Second down, 1 to gain.
Their second-string quarterback is under center right now. And the penalty is out for an illegal receiver, I believe. It'll be an illegal substitution, my bad. Which will push Brentwood Academy back 5 yards. But within the red zone and being Brentwood Academy, I don't think that's much of a challenge to them. Still, the JPII student section remains ecstatic and with their team, which says something a lot about JPII. It says a lot about the character as well. And honestly, last year's student section would leave just the second anything went bad. So, a lot of credit to the Blue Man group tonight. You guys are the real MVPs today. And snap. The handoff. He's going to move. He's going to roll out for himself. He's going to go through. And Brentwood Academy's touchdown once again. That's the second quarterback to score a touchdown, by the way. 42 now to nothing for the Brentwood Academy Eagles. We don't see a white flag from JPII, though. Coach Geis definitely a lot more upset than he was earlier in the game, but yet he's still collected in himself. Maybe not as calm and collected, but at least collected. He's got his acts together. And the kick is good. I think that kick just went over the pavilion, if that says anything. Jackson Morris couldn't kick the ball over the pavilion. And Owen McGrath has the speaker blaring still. The student section still really making some noise. They don't mind the fact that JP2 is losing, which really says a lot about the character of the team. And so Brentwood Academy, for what seems like the endless amount of time tonight, will kick off the JP2. Still Nolan Underhill confident and waiting for the ball, so Coach Geis is still confident in his guys. Keaton is also at the other end of the field. And once again, just goes deep into the end zone for a touchback.
Into the end zone for a touchback. With Toby Wilson's kick. First and 10, JP2.
Brentwood Academy hoping to be on their way to their third state championship in a row. Montgomery Bell Academy and Macaulay hoping to get in the way of them. JP2 hoping to make a splash in D2AA as well this year. However, if they can keep their defense like it was in the first quarter and even into the second quarter, they may be able to pull that off. However, at the current moment, the lack of offense really is their Achilles heel. Nixon gets the snap and hands off. Underhill is going to move, so JP2 will not be playing their substitutes. You got to wonder when they don't play their substitutes, is that Coach Geis punishing them? Is Coach Geis just kind of like, you didn't win, you stay in?
5 for JP2, second down.
Still, Nolan Underhill is able to gain 5 yards there, so can't complain about that.
A lot of young guys and a lot of backup guys on defense for the Eagles.
And the snap. Pitches to Underhill. Underhill is once again just stuffed. You can tell that Brentwood Academy runs a very tight and very decent system when their guys, their backup guys, can stuff Nolan Underhill like that.
Third down. Heights, need 5.
Good play by Curtis. Dave Owens helps him snap and helmet back together.
So it is a 3rd and 5 now. So there was no gain for Nolan Underhill there.
Unfortunately, he'll be back in about 4 weeks, so a little low from a numbers position. So you see
And Nixon out of the pocket. Nixon on the move. Once again, just nowhere to go. He's going to try, but it's no good there. Brooks Haggerty.
Knights, space, 4th down. On comes Zanger. At midfield is Taylor.
Heights set the punt again.
And Nick Zanger with the endless amount of punts he's had tonight. He's going to wake up with a sore foot tomorrow.
Zanger puts the field, the ball rolls out on the 30-yard line. First and 10, Brentwood Academy. Adult Night fans, we remind you, as you look at our signs around the field, the runner, the Plaza Mexican Grill, and that Main Street Pub would all be good locations post-game. Feel free to join us from the press box as we will select one of those 3.
After a game like that, after a game like that, we're going to need a major. Carry there from Brentwood Academy. Keaton Barrett needs to stop. Tell you
it. It kind of says something about our system at the current moment and our kind of team with teams like Brentwood Academy and Ensworth with almost the same amount, Ensworth the exact same amount of time as JP2 to build up their program. Brentwood Academy a little bit more, and they can build these championship contender teams. The new era of JP2 as we've been slowly donning it. The new era of JP2. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Sorry about that, we've lost our camera feed. We almost lost our audio feed there as well. And a punt to JP2. And Keaton's going to make that. Calls it for a fair catch. First and 10 for the Knights.
Young people, we recommend you go to McDonald's or to Zaxby's or Chick-fil-A after the game. Sawyer Watts.
I don't even know how to commentate on that because I'll get in trouble if I do. And JP2 on a beautiful run. JP2 pushed out of bounds there at the 3-yard line. So JP2, it took their subs, but was finally able to put forth a decent drive. And a JP2 first down, freshman Antoine Roberts makes that run for the Knights. In case you were wondering, although the fact that we're currently on color bars, I think we can safely assume that you've checked out. And the snap, and poor communication there just leads to a sack. Sawyer Watts there is currently in as the JP2 quarterback. Sawyer Watts comes and gets the play. And Ben Nixon is officially on the bench. A few other JP2 players as well. Second string players like Austin Wilhite, though, currently checking in and out. Nolan Underhill out of it. Watts gets the snap, gives to Antoine. Roberts is going to come around. Roberts is going to step on. Roberts is going to come around, and he is out of bounds. Antoine Roberts continues to move the JP2 chain. Sawyer still out as QB. And so the Knights are down to the 3-yard line. It is 3rd and goal at the moment. What are you most excited about for next week versus Father Ryan? Is it the pep rally? Is it the game? As the battle for the Bishop's Cup continues. The snap. Roberts is going to come around and touchdown JP2. So the Knights, while our cameras are out, are able to put up some points. That's 6. It's 6, Austin.
I believe in them.
The student section still making some noise. I think they're glad we just didn't get shut out. So Zanger has some chances to put up a few more PATs here. Kick is up. Kick is good. So Nick Zanger gets it through the uprights, and we put up 1 touchdown. All right, 2 minutes, 19 seconds to get 36 points. Let's do this. No band whatsoever, though, after the ladies did the chant. Back here. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left in this one. The JPII Young Guns getting a chance now. And for one more time for Giggles and Kicks, the new era of JPII football gets their chance next week to battle for the Bishop's Cup. Will Ben Nixon and his JPII Knights be able to lead them all the way? Will captains Nicholas Zanger and Jake Motes be able to take them back for one more Bishop's Cup before their time is up here? That is the question. But right now, 43-7 Brentwood Academy. Zanger sets up for the kick. And it looks like we have a Brentwood Academy timeout. Well, you're tuning into the one, the only Nice Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break. And we're back. Kickoff from Zanger. Gets to the 30-yard line. Finds his way around to JPII defense, though. Breaks the tackle there for about a 7-yard gain off of that.
Garrett Goodwin and Jack Dyer make the stop.
So there is a minute and 55 seconds left as the clock continues to run. Brentwood Academy still has one more chance to put up 70 or to put up 50 points tonight. To put up 70, goodness gracious. JPII has 2 road games ahead. The snap, and it's going to get down to the 3-yard line. JPII has 3 home games left this year. Wondering what they are? JPII takes on the Ensworth Tigers relatively soon. They will then take on the Baylor Red Raiders for homecoming night. And following the Red Raiders, about a month later for senior night, they will take on Coach J and the Good Pasture Wildcats. That one is down. Oh, they're the Cougars. Good Pasture Cougars.
Blake Minikin and others on the stop, including number 51, Keaton Barrett. 3rd down. The Rights fans will travel next week to Father Ryan High School. We'll ring out our jerseys.
30 seconds left to go. Should be the final play of the game tonight.
And the snap for what looks to be the final play of the night, and he's going to run it out, and that will run the clock after the first down. 17 seconds left. It's been a pleasure to have you tonight. Too bad that the Knights weren't able to cash in. For one more time, it's Father Ryan next week, the battle for the Bishop's Cup. We hope that you'll join us right here. It's gearing up to be a good game. Will Seamus O'Connell be able to put Father Ryan on his back, or will captains Nick Nixon, will Junior Nick Nixon, captains Nick Zanger, Jake Motes, be able to lead the Knights to victory. You're going to just have to tune in and find out. You've been tuning into the Knight Sports Network, and it's been a pleasure to have you with us tonight. We hope that you'll join us next week. If you can't make it out to the game, we'd like to encourage you to come out to our rivals, Father Ryan. As always, my name is Oliver Antone, and I will see you next time.